Welcome to the Shelf Learner, educating myself with the books from my shelf. Have you ever heard the parable about the frog and the scorpion at the bank of the river, desperately trying to get to the other side? And how this relates to syntopical reading? Well, you're about to find out. The story begins with a frog and a scorpion side by side at the bank of the river, desperately looking and longing to get to the other side. The scorpion looks at the frog and says, "I tell you what, let's make a deal. If you allow me to mount on your back, I promise to encourage you along the way so that we can both safely make it to the other side." The frog, he thinks and he says, "That sounds like a good idea, but say if you sting me." Scorpion says, No, I wouldn't do that. If I sting you, then we would both drown. We both want to make it safely to the other side, right? So the frog, he felt like this was a friendly scorpion. So he allows the scorpion to mount on its back, and the frog proceeds to swim in the river until it gets to the middle. And then all of a sudden, he feels a sting on his back. And right away, he knew what happened. He angrily turns to the scorpion and says, "Why did you do that? Why did you sting me?" The scorpion looks at the frog and says, "Hey, I'm a scorpion, and that's what I do." You may be thinking, how does this relate to syntopical reading? Well, in this particular parable, the frog represents the naivety of many people. The scorpion is the conscience of ignorance, and the river is the journey of life that people strive to get to the other side. Well, in this parable, when the frog got stung, he turned to the scorpion, representing the conscience of ignorance, and he says, "I thought that ignorance was bliss." The scorpion said, "At the very beginning, it's bliss, but in the end, it turns to blisters and boils, and you have no one to blame but yourself." The moral of the story is that you have to educate yourself. And a great way to do that is using syntopical reading. Read a variety of books on a particular subject so that you can think through critically and not be persuaded by the faulty opinions of others. I highly recommend the book, How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler. Read about syntopical reading, apply it to your life so that you don't end up like the frog in the river. Of course, make it a great day.